In this video, I'm going to share 3 simple living habits that I use and apply in my kitchen that help keep it simple, make it easier to put things away and take things out, and make it easier to clean on a regular basis. Spend time in the kitchen with me today. I'm glad you're here. My name is Erica Lucas, and I share videos about simple living, minimalism, and decluttering. The first habit I'd like to share is that I use the counters for making food rather than storing items. This was a very long evolution of building this habit. As I got deeper and deeper into minimalism and simplifying my home, I realized the less I have on my kitchen counters, the better I feel each day. It's less stressful for me. We live here though. We are a family of 5. We also homeschool, so that means we're home, all day for meals, and that means we use the kitchen often. This means that I have to make this habit work several times a day to keep the counters clear, by putting appliances back into the cabinet, by cleaning dishes, putting food back in the pantry, and more. This cutting board is very large. It works well for a few of our regular recipes like chicken and dumplings and our bread. I clean it with lemon, salt, and water, and it rests on the counter to dry between uses. Now, I do keep a few things on our counter that make sense for how we use our kitchen every day. Our dish rack is a tool that I use several times a day to keep the dirty dishes from piling up. One of the chores my children have to do every day is to empty the dishwasher, and they use the dish rack for any of the items that come out of the dishwasher that need extra drying time, so it needs to be accessible to them when they do that chore. We also have a coffee maker that stays out and gets reset for the next day's brewing around lunchtime each day. My husband gets up at 4:30 in the morning during the week, and it's easier to just have the coffee maker prepped and ready to go instead of him needing to drag it out of a cabinet and set it up at that early hour. So it's just one of those things that lives on the counter. Lastly, our KitchenAid mixer has now has a permanent home in the corner of our kitchen. It is too heavy for me to pull up and out of a cabinet, and I have a sliding mat underneath that is designed for the base of KitchenAid mixers. One side is sticky and won't slide, and one side makes it easy to slide on the countertops. Then I use a cord wrap behind it to stow away the cord. So it makes it easier to slide it out, and it looks nice stowed away without the cord hanging out. So this is one of those things that I learned to just accept belongs on the countertop because it's too heavy for me to get up and out of the cabinets. So these items on the countertops make sense for how we use our kitchen. Therefore, I had to come up with a home in our kitchen cabinets and drawers for all the things that I used to keep on the countertop, like utensils and appliances. So we have a dedicated cabinet for appliances that are smaller, even if they're used every day, like our toaster or our smoothie blender. Less clutter on the countertops makes it easier for me to clean the kitchen every day. Utensils are kept in a drawer instead of a container on the counter. I just love the look of a gorgeous crock filled with matching utensils, but that just to me is visual clutter now at this stage of my life. And that leads me to habit number 2. The second habit I practice with simple living in the kitchen is to focus on how something works before considering how it looks. A container of utensils on top of the counter near the stove didn't work for me because it was something I had to look at and clean off each day, and generally attracted other things to itself that would sit there. And I have used countertop containers for utensils in the past, and it's so handy to have them by the stove. It's practical. But for me, it becomes that visual clutter on the counters, and it attracts other items. So storing utensils in a drawer nearby just functions better for my stress that stems from clutter. And for my kids to help in the kitchen, which is our current season of life, it is hard for them to reach a countertop storage when they're emptying the dishwasher or cooking with me, alongside of me. And so I had to focus on how it works for me, and I just have this utensil drawer that is about 50% full, which leads me to habit number 3. The third habit that simplifies our kitchen space is to leave drawers and cabinets half to 3/4 full. It's harder to pull items out and harder to put them away when they're 100% full. In order to own less, you have to want less. And over time, I have wanted less and less. And the things that we have in our kitchen now are practical, they're useful, and we use them regularly enough to warrant finding space for them in the kitchen. I move items around when a drawer or cabinet becomes complicated by being more than 3/4 full. If I need to pull items out to reach other items, that is too complicated for me. I prefer to reach in, grab, and get out, almost as if I could do it one-handed. Recently, I had shared 23 ways to simplify your life in 2023, and number 18 lines up with this habit. Eliminating steps to do something in the kitchen simplifies your life. If you store bowls on top of plates, you have to navigate with 2 hands to get out a plate. Finding a different place to store those bowls or using a cabinet organizer to lift the bowls above the plates reduces the number of steps necessary to pull out a plate. It just makes it simpler. This blue dollar store bin holds all the things I need to clean my kitchen sink using a recipe from a book that I keep in the cabinet above. All of these are all natural cleaners. There's baking soda, hydrogen peroxide, Castile soap, and essential oil. And combining these together actually cleans my sink and whitens it, as well as deodorizes it and cleans it. But I keep it all in one bin under the sink. So it minimizes the number of steps it takes for me to clean the sink, which simplifies the entire process and makes it easier for me to get the job done. These 3 habits of simple living in the kitchen allow me to focus on what is enough and then find ways to eliminate the extra. Thank you for sharing part of your day with me today and by watching this video. Here's a link to the video for 23 ways that you could simplify your life this year, and a link to the video resetting our laundry room this winter as well. Again, thanks for sharing part of your day with me, and I look forward to reading the comments below. Have a great day.